Hi everyone, Perry here from Perry and Nancy's Victory Garden and our Ram group for all of our Patriot friends out there. Show you what's in our greenhouse. It's changed a lot in the last few weeks. Everything's growing like crazy. Got plenty of tomato plants in here, and basil and sage, lemon. I believe that's called lemon balm. We got spearmint and mint, oregano, and some lavender. Here we have one plant of pickling cukes. They're the smaller cukes. They're doing pretty good. There's a bunch of them underneath. They're getting ready. A couple of pepper plants. There's also, I have a bunch of Fuji apple trees that are still in the seedling sapling stage. Here we have some artichokes. Head lettuce. Some more sage. Here is a bay leaf tree. This is what we put in stews and stuff like that when you dry them out. And a little more peppermint there. I was going to show you one of my little friends here. If I can find him, there he is. That's one of those hoppers. That's a praying mantis. He's on the side. He eats pretty well in here. We got probably about a dozen left in here yet that haven't made it to the outside world. Okay, we'll step outside. It's really warm in there right now today. Give you a quick kind of a walk around the garden. Grapevines are coming on good. This is our second year for them. And we do have a few grapes coming on. But being it's only the second year, they're not too loaded yet. Our marionberries, boysenberries. I took my first picking off yesterday so we can get ready to do some jam or jellies. Love these suckers. They're a lot bigger berry. Good antioxidant. Also helps dysentery. The boys in the Civil War, one of the biggest problems they had was dysentery. They didn't have the sanitization and all the things that we know more about today. But they would even stop the whole war for both sides. When the dysentery got so bad that they would go out and pick blackberries and eat them, that it is a natural way to help cure dysentery. Sickness and ailments take a high toll in any war. Here we have some squash plants. These are winter squash. More tomatoes. I don't know if I've mentioned this previously, but I've tried something new this year on our tomatoes. And we are getting anywhere between 5 and 7 tomatoes per vine now. And what I found out was by some information I received from a guy that he had a grandfather living in Poland or in the European area that he made his living from growing tomatoes. And how he did that in such a small area, he only had one nice big greenhouse to do all this in. Which I didn't know is that tomato plants alternate. male to female. Every other one. Up, male, female, male, female. You don't need the male leaves. So I cut those back quite a bit, and they will keep coming. But you cut those back because they're basically suckers. They take all the nutrition and energy of the plant and put it into the vegetation and not the fruit. As you can see, we got some going on here. And they sure put out a lot more fruit. Strawberry bed, done for this year. Blueberries, same thing. We try to get as much fruit and berries and that kind of stuff in. Here is some asparagus bed. This here also takes a little time, 2 or 3 years, and you'll have plenty of asparagus. Horseradish is doing great. We use a lot of, I like good horseradish on a roast or a prime rib or something like that, so we grind it ourselves and do that. Here we have another squash. We have it on a trestle. A little way to get up off the ground better. More pepper plants. Looking down the garden here, we've been harvesting cabbages, peas, potatoes so far. And we've been canning those up in as we go. This week has been pretty busy, and we got a while. This is our busiest part of the year. Our potatoes are just about ready to come off the ground. They're out of the ground now. Most of them are dying off and leaving the potatoes there. Here we have some more cabbages coming on. I still got about 30 cabbage heads yet. Down there is cauliflower. This is big bed here. Vegetation is anise. That's fennel. Another batch of cabbage. Cabbage is very good for you. It has a lot of nutritional benefits. Carrot patch. We have more cucumber. Plants are still fairly small yet. Peas, I've been picking those yesterday, got about a 5-gallon bucket off of those. And we've been using that for our canning and stews and whatnot. Got some long shell beans. They get about 1 foot long. Let the plants die once they produce the fruit. Just leave the beans right on the plant till it wilts. Take those beans and then shuck them out, and you got some nice large dried beans. After you can set them out and let them dry in the sun, then cook them. We usually use just a ham or something of that nature. We have 2 double rows of peas and 2 double rows of green beans. They haven't started kicking up the fruit yet, but they're getting close. Peach tree. We have pumpkin. We also can pumpkin. I know around the holiday season everybody likes pretty much pumpkin pies. They turned out pretty good. More squash plants down here at the far end. A little patch of corn. Tomatoes. Watermelon. More cucumbers. cantaloupe. Now remember, you can dry a lot of your vegetables and also your fruits. Excuse me. Anyway, here we have some more tomatoes, and you can see the difference in the vegetation. Now, I've already trimmed these before, and they were not even putting up flowers yet. Now we have flowers, and we got a few tomatoes started. Now, I did this about a week ago to these things. None of them had any tomatoes on it. Nothing as far as bringing on fruit. As soon as I trim those suckers and the males leaves back, they start producing. So this is kind of the conclusion of this week's update on what we're doing here. These are hazelnut trees. I got a couple of them for nuts. Still looking for different trees and things that will give us a much more diverse and wider variety of food to choose from. This is our backdoor water source. It's called the Siletz River. Apple trees also. I've got Jonathan, Gala, Red Delicious, and Fuji. Have several kinds of plum trees for fruit also. You can always freeze those, make jelly jams, dry them, kind of like a prune. Anyway, to all my patriot friends and people learning to become a little more self-sufficient in these times, not spend all the big bucks on just food and the ever cost and rising cost, I should say, of food. USDA sent out an advisory last week letting everybody know that food prices will be going up at least 5% before the end of the year. And that you can almost go to the bank on. Get those food stores in while you can. God bless. And we'll see you the next time. Remember to watch our canning videos on Perry and Nancy's Victory Garden. Or join RAM. Or if you're in RAM, check out those videos. Okay? See you soon, y'all. Bye now.